Hello, who are you and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Juanita Ballesterous. I am from Colombia. I grew up in South Florida, and now I work for the city of Miami Beach doing resilience and sustainability work.
Well, fantastic. Have you noticed in your own life the climate changing at all since you were younger?
Sure. Here at the city, we experience definitely increased flooding, especially with king tides. Places that didn't used to flood are seeing a lot more water now. I will say my personal life. I grew up around here, and I went away for college and working, and now I'm back, and I've definitely noticed some differences. I mean, I remember being a kid and running around outside, and now in the summer months, I don't go outside between the hours of noon and 3 p.m. because it's too hot. I remember the summers had a constant rain. You could set your schedule around it, and now there are whole weeks where it won't rain, and that's definitely something that, you know, it I'm not that old and it hasn't been that long, but I've definitely felt those changes.
And now your everyday life is involved with the environment, so that's usually my second question. But what on an everyday basis, you must be very concerned. What are you doing? I guess, what is the city doing? There's issues of rising tide, increased weather issues, and infrastructure. What do you do currently on an everyday basis for the environment?
Sure. Sure. So through the city's work, we have our campaign Rising Above, and we are really working to how does the city adapt to these changes, right? We're seeing the increased flooding. The king tides that show us even more flooding are giving us a glimpse into what it'll be like in the future when the sea level rises and the king tides are no longer king tides, but just the regular tides. And we have a suite of adaptation measures. We are raising roads. We are upgrading our infrastructure. We are upgrading our pumps. We have larger pipes. We have larger systems. And we're also pairing that gray infrastructure with green infrastructure. We want to provide more places for drainage. We want to provide more trees for shade, for the heat. We want to find a way to work these systems together so that the city adapts to these changes. The flooding and the issues we see are a glimpse of what's to come, and we need to, as a city, as a community, find a way to adapt to these changes, and that will require changes in our infrastructure and in our built environment, but also in the way that we conceive our city and the way that we live in it. And so it really is a holistic change that we're talking about, and it's not just about pipes.
Wow, it looks like you're on the forefront of this. What about the future? Should we be optimistic, pessimistic? And you mentioned some of the changes that are coming.
Sure. So, the changes that we'll be seeing are plentiful. We're going to have more water, we're going to have more storms, we're going to have more heat, and these are going to impact our day-to-day lives. And I think that that's something that is really challenging to see our home changing and to and not want things to change. I think that's something that's really hard to grapple with. But to answer your question, I think the only way we can do that really is through optimism, right? Like, I believe that these changes are big and they're a challenge, and we have to really step up and face them. But I think that we can do that, right? We can work together, we can dream big, we can hope together. And I think that, cheesy as it may sound, I think that that's something that's really amazing about us as a community, is our capacity to hope and to look forward and to think of the future and to really think about what the next phase of our communal life could be.
Well, thank you very much. Today, on the 2nd of February, 2023, at Miami Beach City Hall. Thank you again.
Thank you.